Arabia is amazing. I'm a fan of it. I also love Age of Empires 2 and this amazing community. Let's introduce the teams. The winning team from last game here is Finland's. In the orange, we have Valise. He's playing as Mayans. He played very well last game. A pocket then is Zupi. Zupi is playing as Huns. And then in the teal, we have Max, who's quite far away from Zupi. He's playing as Indians. Max is up against Doubt. Doubt is playing as the Italians for Tyrant. The pocket, or the middle player, is Tato. Tato's been subbed in for Jordan. Oh, and he's Incas. Oh, I can't wait to talk about that. And then we have, in the yellow, Viper, who's playing as the Spanish. Okay, so the ideal scenario with these civs for Tyrant is that Spanish would have been pocket and Incas would have been flank. And I've seen it before where, because the Inca civilizations don't have horses and they're further away from everything in the pocket position, I've seen restarts called here. Now, maybe if there could be some successful lames, Tyrant will think twice about it. But if they don't call a restart, it's going to be interesting to see what Tata does. I'll touch more on that as the scouts run forward. If you're new to the scene, tournaments are very lamey. So you see players run forward and try and steal goats, try and steal resources, elephants. Zupi's actually the pocket, and he's found Viper's elephant, and he's wasting no time in stealing this. Viper should see this, and if he does... Oh, this is so good for Viper. This is so good for Viper. We talked about this last week. How to stop a lane. You have to get in front of the scout. If you can't get in front of the scout, you have to run back and forth in front of your elephant. It's important for Zupi to stay within a 3-4 tile range of the elephant. Look at this. Look at this. Look at Zupi. And now the teamwork. Valise coming over to force Viper away. That teamwork was amazing. This is the pocket player. This is the player furthest away from the action. Laming this. The Viper's still going to try and get his elephant.
He will be doing community games on Sundays from now on as well.
And Viper, he can't see the elephant now, and it's too late for him. I imagine Zupi will take this elephant to Valise and say, hey, here you go, brother. Merry Christmas. Happy birthday. Happy Hanukkah. You know, standard stuff. I want to glance over here. Doubt could try and steal Valise's elephants. He wants, but I don't think Valise has taken any losses here, so this is a good start for Finland. And again, Tato is Inca pocket. So the reason I think that's a big deal, in both of the games well, actually, last game we saw Max go archers. But in most games, you see the pockets go for scouts because it's faster. There's no scouts, there's no horses for Incas. So Tato has two options. He can, one, fast castle, which means he'll be offering nothing to his team in the feudal age, and we could have a 3v2 situation. Or what he could do is he could go for forwards. I guess in this position, he honestly could go archers because Max is so close to them, but it does make it a bit awkward because you're almost forced to do that. I think that was the only lame. So better start for Finland in the Dark Age. Brett says, you got me back in Age of Empires 2 after a few years. Awesome, man. Thank you for coming in today. Ultra Shield, you're a liar, by the way. So Civ-wise, Viper... Oh, he's struggling now. He was late with his goats and his other elephant. Oh, this is so bad. And he can't call a restart now either. He can't call a restart past 4 minutes. I didn't realize Viper's Dark Age has taken such a hit. I knew he lost the elephant, but this elephant was late. The goats were late. He has villagers on stragglers that should be on food. And Viper's going to full wall up. Wow. Tato's even over here. Viper's saying, Tato, I need you. Lauren, some zebras, please. Wow. And the scout for Valise will see this as well. If there's any player in the world you want to hurt in Dark Age, it would be the Viper. And what will he do now? He can't click the feudal and fight this. Now, Valise, if he's smart enough, could recognize Viper's that far behind and intentionally go up later himself. I don't know. Max is on his way to feudal age here on the left. He's building a barracks. This looks like archers. You have Doubt. Doubt is also going to go archers. Zupi is on the way to feudal. Zupi will 110% be going scouts here. And Valise is on the way up as well. And Tato is not, Viper is not. So we have 3 Finland players on the way to feudal. And then we have 2 Tyrant players stuck in Dark Age. And Tato can't go for Feudal Age Scouts again, so he's going for a fast castle. Viper, he has the full wall. So, chat, you know what to do now. Get those T90 walls up. Not stone walls. Viper would love stone walls, I'm sure. He's been delayed here. He's not going for a fast castle. He's just going for the fastest feudal age he can afford with a strong economy. And it will be... what for Valise? Archers. Okay. Mayan archers. First Spanish. Spanish can't go for archers. Might force Viper into skirms. Oof. Looking good for Finland right now. Good start. Not the end of the world for Tyrant, of course. They have the skills to come back. But I think Zupi is going to... It's possible that Zupi and Valise will go to Tato because they recognize Tato is going fast castle. You see the scout here for Zupi. I'll be interested to see where they go. Will they go for Viper or will they go for Tato? When you're up late, when you wall like that, you essentially say to your enemy, hey, just go to my pocket. Hit my ally, not me. And that's why Tato's starting his own walls. I will say Doubt's map is pretty good to start with for archers. If he gets walls up, and he will, he'll protect both stones, he'll protect his gold. The only issue will be that his woods can be ranged by archers. And that's what his opponent's going for. Not yet, though. I guess if archers stood here, they could range one villager. But when they're crossbows, that'll be the real issue. So at least in feudal age, it'll give him an opportunity to push out and not have to play defensive. That's why walls are important. So here come the scouts from Zupi. Tato just hits feudal age, so they know for sure. Zupi has this one scout here as well. Lee's making those archers. Viper is going scouts as well. Again, extremely late, but something that's necessary. And he as well is signaling the golds now for Valise. Try and follow these armies as they move out. Here goes Max. Now, is Max gonna go to Tato? Yeah, seems like it. Max signaling. You see his scout here? I love it. I love it. He just signaled where he was. He's saying, okay, I could probably hit his wood line here. And then earlier, Zupi was signaling here. Tato forcing up the tower. See, the crazy thing is, Tyrant expects this. They could get away with it. They're so good at this level that they know that Tato could be under pressure. If Tato survives, he can make eagles. Will take time to upgrade those eagles, but the eagles will obviously counter the archers, and they'll do well versus feudal age scouts. Tato's on their way to castle age. And Tato losing his eagle, sees the archers, and there's the signal. So Viper going to send over his scouts to help. So far, Doubt is being very safe, as he should be, I think. Archers now on the way. I think Doubt might hear about Max having archers forward, and he might go try and hit Max. Viper, he's trying to find these archers. Zupi has his scouts here, and he's going to need to help. And I think once he shows up, Viper will run away. And yep, he has done so. So all the pressure at Tata's base, but I think Tata's done well. Nice tower to protect his gold. His woods, he can just reposition villagers on. Now Valise, he's also sending archers forward. There's just so much more in the way of military as a team for Finland. Let's see where Doubt goes. See, the second Max went to the pocket player, Tato, and not to Doubt, he knew that he would be behind in military numbers versus Doubt if Doubt hit him. So that's why he needs these walls, and that's what he's doing now. Well, the other thing we need to talk about is what will Viper do in Castle Age? Viper almost has to go Knights. He could go for Elite Skirm, of course, but I feel like he has to go Knights. Does Max see this? He doesn't know about this. Doubt can walk in here. Max was thinking he had the time. He's going to send his archers in. He lost one villager, might lose 2 or 3. Now, Tato sending the Eagles. They're not even Eagle Warriors yet. They're still Eagle Scouts, but they have upgrades. The archers will probably run away. Oh, this could be bad for Finland. Viper sending scouts, and there's a few Eagles. They're trying to track this army from Valise. Now, Doubt, I didn't see how many Vills he killed. It looks like he killed one more Vill. Will he lose his army? Well, that's a good trade. Look at the kill death ratio. Doubt did really well. Say what you want about Doubt Micro. More sloppy by Zupi and Max, I think, because Max could have run away and let the scouts finish off the job. Yeah, Tato and Viper for sure want to kill these archers. Poor Blaze trying to get back home. Worth noting that Zupi's on the way to castle. Also, Viper's just clicked up. Blaze has gotten into a nice little area to micro down units here, right next to the tree line. Such a good play for him. That's smart. Smart stuff. Gets as much value out of this army. And I don't think Tato can engage that. He's not going to. Let's see. Tato is on 2 barracks, adding town centers. Okay. Incas are such a strong civ, but they need to get up and running first. Now, the team walls for Finland's. They're excluding Max at the moment because Max is so far away, but it's going to be very hard to do damage to Valise and to Zupi. You're going to have to bust through their walls, which is going to give them time to react. And it will be 2 stable knights from Zupi right from the get-go in Castle Age. Now, Eagles, they counter everything Valise is going for, and you wall this far out, the walls could be battered down, and immediately... That was weird. You see how Valise hesitated for that second? Will he have the time here? Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be so close. He's not going to have the time. I think had he sent that woman, she would have been able to do it. I'm not sure. Maybe he didn't want to send her because she was weak. This town center was denied by the scouts of Zupi. Doubt just back at home. Very passive game here. Viper's on 2 stables. He will go knights. And maybe conquistadors at some stage, because he is on stone as well. We'll add town centers first. MLZ, all the games have been pretty good, man. All the games have been pretty good, but the first 40 minutes of the stream, we were just kind of waiting and talking about what we're going to see here. Oh, man. That dude's annoyed he got signed up for this job. Against his will. And this could be a huge deal, because Tato's just about to get Eagle Warrior. That being said, when Zupi shows up with knights, good teamwork, Tato might not be able to leave. And there's no +2 defense either. So I think Tato being pocket as Incas has really hurt him here. Tato just lost 3 villagers to the scouts from Zupi. He was watching that. This is so epic. Now, Tato needs to be as annoying as possible. Tell Viper, okay, I have his knights. Can you send in your own knights? Just run around, run around, run around. The Viper is sending in knights through this hole. And Tato's saying, I'm here, Viper. Viper goes, okay, I got you, bro. I got you. There's just a lot of crossbows for release. I don't know if Viper wants to fight this, even though he has +2 defense. I think they just should run away, and somehow Tato keeps his units alive. Doubt coming forward. Max getting crossbow and Bodcanero at the perfect moment. He will have more military than Doubt here, and he'll have a hill. So Doubt might be forced away. Now Viper running back now. Tyrant not able to do any damage. Let's look at the Vil counts, compare it quickly on each side. The pockets, Zupi's at 47, Tats is at 48, Max is at 38, Doubt's at 40. It is 44 for Viper, it is 43 for Valise. So Tyrant has a slight eco lead. Oh my goodness! Big fight here. Big fight. There's gonna be more knights for Zupi. And I don't like this fight for Tyrant at all. Tato loses those expensive eagles that take forever to create. Actually, I'm watching the micro, and of course Zupi doesn't have +2 defense, but I think with the archers, in the end, the fight will be Finland's. And Viper running away, as he runs away, loses another knight. Nice engagement for Zupi. And now it's 15 military for Zupi and 4 for Viper. But Viper, he is 3 TCs. See what he can do with that economy. I cannot understate the fact that Viper with strong eco can destroy anyone in this game. He's so strong with eco, and he has an eco lead. Slight eco lead over Valise. Think. Well, it's close. Even if the eco's even, you gotta give Viper the edge. The issue is that he's down in military numbers, and because of that fight, Zupi can now come here, and Doubt will be in trouble. And that's exactly what we're going to see. Chain barding coming in right as these knights arrive. Max also has his scout just watching where these units might run. All the signals, all the teamwork. Now that fight was probably ill-timed, but Zupi just wanted to stop the crossbows from running so Max could arrive with him. And yep, big losses here. And Tato has his eagles. Tato's hoping he can kill the crossbows. Now that's enough crossbows to kill the eagles, especially if a few knights survive. And Tato not taking the best engagement either. It's looking good for Finland once again. Viper even forced over to come to this side. Now I think what we could see, Valise could build a castle and go plumed archers. Mayans could do very well against Spanish with that. Plumed archers and halbs. Indians, well, it's going to be tough for Indians to transition, because ideally they'd be going for camels later on. But right now, Max is destroying. 25 kills, 13 deaths. Look at the KD for Viper. 7 kills, 19 deaths. The KD for Tato. 6 kills, 18 deaths. And look at Doubt. Negative KD all across the board for Tyrant. And Indians' economy is also incredibly strong because of the cheap vills. And Max is on 3 town centers. I imagine everyone is on 3 TCs at this point. So it's not like one person has the edge over the other. It's just that the economy has been less idled for Finland. They've done more damage with military, and it's time for Tyrant to push now. What's up, Adorno? Welcome. The Tyrant's definitely behind, but in one single fight, they can gain all the momentum back. And that's why it's important to hold the hills. That's why it's important that there's some protection here. Max doesn't have any help. He's going to try and run. Oh, did Viper not spot him? Maybe they did. Max needs Zupi. See? Zupi and Valise showing up now. I think Max will just be okay. And the funny thing is, now Valise is separated from the group and Tato has his eagles. And they weren't expecting Tato to run to that side. Tato will get the hill. Max's army is left alone. Viper coming over. Max needs to get back to the top of this hill. He's doing that. His teammates are coming over. Zupi's on the way to Imp. So as long as they just take a decent trade here, I think they'll have an advantage as a team. And this is a good trade. Now the Cav Archer switch is interesting for Max. I didn't see that coming. He threw all that away. But yeah, they've held on to their numbers. That was so good from Max and his team. Keep the units alive. I saw Max dying on that hill, honestly. Zupi's going to be going for Cavalier. Viper hasn't clicked up yet. Viper has not clicked up yet. He's the one going Knights on his team. Now, Max is probably not happy about the fact that Viper's Knights are here, but I think Viper needs to run back and help because of the amount of archers from Max and Valise. And Tato's on the way to Imp. He will have elite Eagles. I think all the focus now will be on where the Knights are, where the Eagles are, because obviously Eagles would counter all these archers, right? But the Knights, they'll counter the Eagles. Viper finally on the way to the Imperial Age. Let's look at his economy quickly. 92 villagers. Can build a castle. I think he will stick with Paladin, but maybe he'll go Conquistadors. I doubt it. Castle will probably just be for Trebs and protection. And now Doubt's on the hill, and they've said, Doubt, just defend with Maganel. It's all you. We have 3 Finland players, the bulk of their army at Doubt's base currently. And Doubt's probably saying, this is fine. This is fine. He's on his way to Imp 2. Problem for Doubt will be is Maganel won't do too much with this many units. And I like the Cav Archer switch from Max. The reason I think he's done this is because he doesn't want to go Camels versus someone that is Italians and versus someone that's Incas. So he's forced to go Cav Archers. Bit expensive, but Indians can't afford it. And he's trying to catch up on those upgrades now. He can't get Arbalest as Indians. If he could do that, he'd just continue along those lines. Valise patrolling with his crossbows. Trying to see where Viper will push. See, this is where it looks dangerous. When Viper's building out tons of stables, this is where it looks dangerous. Finland's army is just running to every single Tyrant player they can find here. And this would be the time to pressure Tato, because he's about to hit the Imperial Age. And Tato has Eagles and Pikes. That is the perfect ingredient, but look at the numbers. We probably have 100 military at Tato's base. Tato has 135 pop. And he knows he's in trouble. Cavalier just completing now for Zupi. Pikemans don't have too many upgrades. There's not many of them anyway. In come the archers. You see the Panic Castle from Tato to keep himself alive. And if you look at that mini-map, guys, look at the spam from Zupi. Viper's behind with the Imperial Age. Villagers dying left and right for Tato. He's down to 88 vills. That's the kind of damage you need to do to the guy who can counter you. Hurt his economy like that. It's going to be very, very good. And that was before Valise got upgrades. That was before Max got upgrades. And maybe that's why Viper considering fighting this with Doubt. But Doubt will get Arbalest before Orange and Teal. But Cavalier, of course, in first for Zupi. Now, I see the Knights getting walled out here from Viper on the right, for those that are wondering what's going on. Let's see that Doubt micro here. This has to run, hit and run. Use his additional range. And Finland's can't leave this? This could be a problem. Finland's can't leave this hill.
I just played for 6 hours yesterday. Thanks for rekindling my love for a game I haven't touched in a decade.
Oh, now the castle's being denied here. The two very good things for Tyrant. Valise, I don't get why he's been so aggressive. He's going to throw his archers away. He's going to throw his vills away. At the same time, this army kind of stalling out here for Finland. Viper, top of the population for his team. 35 military. They can have the Spanish trade in the late game. Viper even taking a good engagement here. And Doubt going to build a castle. They want to protect this area once again. Now, Tato hasn't been able to push out, which is unfortunate for the entire Tyrant team. But Valise, that was bad. That was a big throw from him. Zupi's still looking good. Zupi's getting Paladin well before Viper will. But Viper has a lot of momentum now, and he can now start hitting the eco of Finland. That's something we haven't said much. Tyrant hitting Finland's eco. That hasn't happened too much. Max still with 50 military, though. 50 freaking military. He's completely safe himself. And I think both teams will start adding the trades. So it's very important to have this area cleared up. And currently Tyrant can't do that. You're going to build the markets now. You're going to start sending the trade carts across. Finland has better team walls. There's one exposed area in the middle, but I don't think Viper can outmatch Zupi, right? So he can't run in there. And now Doubt is still struggling. So that was a fight that Tyrant needed, but it's one of many fights they will need to come back in this game. Still manageable for them. Paladin about to complete for Zupi. He doesn't have too many numbers in this location, but look at this. Castle to protect these resources. Zupi has 140 vills, 30 military, Paladin research completed. And still Tato. I haven't seen his eagles yet. I don't know if they... I don't know, like, what the situation is with them. This is where Tyrant needs to fight. Oh, they're right here. The Eagles have arrived here. That makes a lot of sense. I was gonna say, what happened? And Viper's already starting trade. He's just sending the trade carts just passing through. And finally, they will clean up this hill. Not the best to have Cav Archers in the trade route, but when you have the Eagle Warriors, you can eventually kill these. Max is going to micro down the trade as it runs past for Viper. So Spanish trade bonus will come into play for Tyrant. It will get a little bit more gold per trip. But now we have forward castles, or sorry, one forward castle for Max, and he's going to start pushing Doubt on this side to get into the trade. You know, if Max runs in here now, Doubt has a very slow civ. If Max were to go in here, that could be the finishing blow, honestly. Because Viper still doesn't have Paladin. He's about to get it. He's at 20 military versus 36 from Zupi. Oh, it's going to be stopped. Oh, it's going to be stopped. This is a huge deal because the trade is accessible. There's 2 gold piles. The castle's denied. Huge deal. Doubt has a lot of kills. He's at 188 military. Plumed archers now for Valise. We haven't talked about Valise in a while. He's had time to get up and running again. Still very slow from him. Now, if you're Max, you just start killing trade cards. Don't allow Doubt to come over and clean this up. But you know what? It's hard for me to say Max should do better because he doesn't know what we know. but I would have probably committed some units in there to try and snipe trade cards. But Doubt will get this up in the end. Close game. Populations are close because Vlees took such a hit from Viper. Viper also has 20 trade cards already. Sometimes you'll see positions in Age of Empires where one team's behind, so their strategy to catch up is to add trade cards very early and just not die for a couple minutes. And that's what Viper has done. But, oh, this is bad. We have elite plumed archers and we have paladins. Versus just paladins. Viper maybe trying to micro his way out of that one. If Vlees gets the numbers up, if he gets to 50, 60 elite plumed archers, it will do so well. So I think now it makes, because of the way this is played out, I think Max's contribution is going to be very interesting. Obviously, he would love to go camels, but he would need camels on the opposite side. So he's forced into cav archers versus a very good archer civ with Genoese crossbow. Oh, but Doubt's gonna get trapped here, and he's gonna get utterly destroyed. Where did Zupi come from? The man is a legend in the pocket, and Max with the attack round on the Eagles as well. That was a very good shot to weaken them. Still a Doubt. You know, I say that, and of course he's able to keep it manageable here. But with the hand cannons and heavy cav archer mix, Tato ran into a death trap as well. And Doubt gonna lose his crossbows, and just look at the numbers from Zupi. Everywhere you look, Zupi has numbers. 50 plus military. The guy is a beast. I still think if Tyrant comes back here, it's because Italians do very well versus Indians. Or they can anyway. They have the tools with the elite Genoese crossbow. The problem with the elite Genoese crossbows, they're slow and they die to onagers. But Doubt does have a Trebor beginning here, and he might take this castle out, and he might take the hill. Finland not happy about that, so we're gonna see the paladins commit. Now these Genoese crossbow are not elite. Still, they have a bonus versus the paladins that are closing in on trebs. One treb down, maybe two. The cav archers coming in from behind. Two trebs will die. Push now from Zupi and from Vlees. This is looking so good for Finland. Everywhere you look, Finland's pushing forward. In the middle, they're pushing forward. Big walls now from Tato, so they can try and hold. The Trebs have died here. This castle could die for Doubt. Doubt's at 140 pop. He had a huge power spike with 90 military, but he lost it all. And Max is doing well with the cav archers and the onagers. It's all about trade routes. Holding the corners. Viper side should be fine. He might get raided, of course. He'll lose Vils, but a trade will be protected there. But at Doubt side, that's not the case. The trade is right here. Finland, their trade is untouchable currently. Oh, Doubt running forward. He wants these trebs, but instead he's going to lose skirmishers to the onagers. Tato says, here, let me help you out here. I'm going to send in the Eagles. And Viper says, I'm going to send in some paladins. And we're going to try and take this hill once and for all. Zupi not expecting this. Maybe he was, but he doesn't have as much numbers as Viper. And they're going to kill Trebs, they're going to kill onagers, and they're going to force Max off the hill. The problem is, they commit so much here. They have to really do damage because on the other sides they could be falling behind. But I love this engagement for Tyrant. I love it. Viper with more paladins. Tato with the siege rams, the Genoese crossbow and skirms for Doubt. They've taken the hill with a 3v1 or a 3v2. And now Viper's losing. And he's under pressure here. Can Viper push back, and can they live with this? Viper loses his Treb. He's losing his Vils, even though he has supremacy. Doubt's struggling for gold. I do see that. Just look at the trade. He's catching up, but he doesn't have a ton of gold, and he doesn't have a ton of pop. And that's why Viper had sent him gold a moment ago. Now, Tato, while he has Eagles and he has Halbs, the Eagles and Halbs, they don't do well versus Paladins and Plumes. And now Tato building a castle here, and they know they need to keep Viper alive. And Tato going into Kamyuk. Kamyuk will be interesting when there's plumed archers involved. Here, Zupi looking to help out and clean up these rams. Is Max switching? He's not switching. See, Paladins from Viper chasing it. This is decent engagement. As long as Viper fights it, it's decent engagement. I think he's trying to hit the trade. Not too bad. I probably wasted a couple seconds there. The Plumes need to be careful. They can't get surrounded like this. While Tyrant is behind, their teamwork has been better the last couple minutes in these fights. And the Treb's gonna die now. Valise is not gonna kill that castle. And don't underestimate the Plumes. They do have a bonus versus Eagles. And there's also 50 of them. This is an amazing game. Dowd has the one civ that can hold against pushes. With the Genoese crossbow, you can kill paladins. He didn't have any here. But look at this. The trade in the Treb's getting clogged here. Just dead paladins for Zupi, really. And Tyrant slowly pushing back. Slowly trying to, anyway. You're gonna try and hit this castle. Hitting a few of Zupi's vills. Tata building a watchtower because he wants this 37 gold. Good stuff. Viper seems to be stabilizing once again. This is the best game. The best game of the day, for sure. Doubt's pushing back forward. Viper pushing back forward. Doubt's population rising to 170 plus. I think it's just awkward for Indians. Cav Archers is not ideal here. Cav Archers not ideal at all. Hand cannons, they'll die to the Genoese crossbow and skirms. Cav Archers, they also struggle. Camels struggle too. So Indians, they should maybe start thinking about switching sides. Maybe, I don't know what you should do. If Hart is still watching the stream, what should Max do in this situation? Because almost everything he makes dies to doubt. Should he build stables and send camels to the right? Even then, the cameo skill is camels. Viper has Spanish trade, so his team is banking up so much gold per trip. And now, Viper seems like he's gone for siege rams. How did he get through here? Viper's taken out the Finland's markets. I saw the yellow. That's so weird. All this trade is going to stop here. That's so good for Tyrant. Oh my word. How did he get through there? I'm still perplexed because it seemed like maybe this was rewalls. But now Viper's going to run in with paladins. What an amazing game. Doubt also seems to be winning the engagements on this side. There's nothing Max can do as Indians. Smart move. I mean, obviously the focus is going to be on the trade. You take out those markets even if you don't kill the carts. So good. All this trade going to have to be resent. It's going to be sent to a new market. It's not going to be sent to this market. At least for now, because Viper's here trying to stop that from being rebuilt. And this just allows Tato to push in the middle because Zupi's distracted. This allows Doubt to continue his push without being threatened. And it would not surprise me. The team score is getting closer and closer. It would not surprise me to see this switch into Tyrant's favor in the next couple minutes. Finland had to have known that Indians were going to really struggle here. Had to have known that. And Finland didn't push fast enough. And now Viper, he has Camiox by his side to help out with the paladins. So this will be no problem. He's sending resources to his allies. He has healthy food count, healthy gold count, healthy population. Oh my god, but Doubt just doing Doubt things over here. And Max surprising him. I didn't expect Max to be able to push back up that hill, but a lot of dead bodies here. Well, from both blue and red dead bodies, but that is the weakness of the Genoese crossbow. The onagers can kill them. And Doubt lost a ton of pop. He's down to 150 pop. We just missed that shot. Wow. Finland trade back up and running. What a team game we have here, guys. Now Tato, he's trying to run in. Eagle Warriors, he could hit the food eco. I think it'd be huge to hit Zupi's food eco. Because Zupi needs the food for the paladins. Oh, these eagles stopping this castle. Zupi placed this and this other castle as well because he saw the pressure coming. He's getting siege ram himself. Tato is not going to fight this here. He's going to just run away and he's going to try and annoy his opponent. Viper now pushing with siege rams against Belize. What kills Mayan plumed archers? Siege ram. Castle's gonna die. Zupi has to show up here and he has to deal with Tato. There's halberdiers for Belize. If you get into these situations where one engagement starts a snowball, one team's playing catch-up, and Finland is playing catch-up with these engagements, trying to follow what's going on. Oh! But the cav archers and the hand cannons going into the trade. Doubt's going to lose this castle. He has his army forward. You only have 200 pop. If this was a 300 pop game, I'm sure this would have been very different. But you have to figure out where you want your population. This will be cleaned up by Valise. Here, Viper took out a castle, but Viper loses his army. Now here, some trade will die. Doubt adding bombard towers in the trade as he's losing trade carts. Finland is stabilizing once again. What a freaking game. Look at the pops. So close. This is awesome stuff. Now the threat is still here. Viper, he's so fast. Oh, he's going to onager cut. Look at that. He's going to onager cut through. Probably research onager for this purpose as well. Come on, Viper. Cut it, man. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it for the highlight reel, Viper. Fine. Go through the walls. Be boring. Either way, fact is, Viper is back in the trade, and Belize and Zupi are forced to chase. I think Doubt will clean this up, and the bombard towers will be a good move, and yes. Even a watchtower here from Max. Now, Max is trebbing this castle. He is not done pushing here. Doubt's army is going back. It's not contributing to any fights right now. Please, trying to build another castle in the trade. That will be denied. Zupi is needed. Zupi is definitely needed here. And meanwhile, Tats has been pushing up the middle. Is this impressive or what? The sad thing is, someone has to lose this best of 5. Just look how good these teams are. Tyrant has the score lead now. I think it's because they've been continuing to push the trade. That will add up, and of course they have Spanish trade, and I think they have the better Civ combo on the left. And Doubt keeping his castle up somehow. Can he kill these trebuchets? He's trying so hard to kill the trebs. Just barely keeping that castle up with repairs. His Genoese crossbows can't approach. His Tat is trying to send rams to kill the trebs, and now we have Doubt's own trebs and bombard towers. Maybe they can help with that. Viper, Tato in the middle. Viper's everywhere. He's on the right-hand side. He'll lose here. He goes right to the middle. He'll lose here, actually. But they're gaining a lot more map control on the middle and on the right. Like, having Viper with forward siege workshops, bad sign. Very bad sign. Is the castle still up? The castle is still up, and the trebs are going to go down. And now Max's castle could go down. Well, it's hard to judge these. The treb barely stays up, but still, this is looking very, very good for Tyrant. Incredible players here. This would go down as a comeback for sure. Valise trying to secure his base. Zupi the same. Zupi has been trying to just hold with Valise on the right for a very long time. And now they're going to kill a lot of rams from Tato. Maybe it's their turn to push back in the middle. The problem is, when you're 200 pop and you have all your military here, Viper, he can push on the right. But Viper is countered by the Halbs. He's getting chewed up. The castle goes up. Wow, what a game. What a game. It scores right back into Finland's favor. It's really not about the score. It is telling at times. It's really not about the score, though. Like, both teams have an exposed corner where the trade is. And Doubt, good micro, Doubt. The chat won't say good micro to you ever, but that was good micro, man. Oh, come on. Oh, don't tell me it's a jinx. See, what Doubt's trying to do is use bombard cannons to kill the onagers. And Max has to micro away from that so he can kill the Genoese crossbow. Let's see. Well, I'm waiting for that slip up. We know could be coming, but he's doing a fantastic job. Why doesn't Doubt wall? Well, you really can't afford to wall there. There's tons of ranged units. You know, I did notice earlier in the engagements that Valise didn't have full upgrades on his Halbs. He has that now. Valise has 100 military. 100! Now keep in mind, we could see Plumed Archers run into the trade. If Finland gets control again, and it seems like they're getting there, Plumed Archers just have to sit here, and they'll kill trade. The Viper, he has Paladins. It doesn't kill trade as easily. Oh, and Doubt trying to push this once again. He's trying to get to the top of this hill. Bombard cannons from both Doubt and from Max. I like the light cav edition. It helps with the onagers. It helps with the bombard cannons. Doubt is not in the pushing role, guys. Doubt is in the hold role. He does not need to push to win this game. He needs to hold this. It is up to Tato, and it is up to Viper to win this game for them. Now Tato's getting onager. I think Tato sees the plumes, and he knows this could be trouble. Tato had pushed forward and killed castles, only to build his own and now lose his own. And Viper, he still has very good map control versus Veliz on this side. Veliz has 45 vills. Was there an eco raid that I missed, or what's his issue here? Oh, he could be in trouble. They'll need to send him resources. He's just bought some food and wood. 47 vills. And he doesn't have a lot of wood. That's another thing. Where's Veliz getting wood from? It's all forward where Viper's pressuring. Viper's going for Spanish cav archers to try and get into the trade. Epic game here. I didn't realize Veliz had 100 military because he lost so many vills. Also, his trade number isn't too good. He will take out this castle. Well, Viper's pushing back in. Viper has 50 military. Rams and Paladins, it's non-stop. Non-stop pressure at Veliz. I think Veliz is feeling the heat now. He's definitely feeling the heat. Viper has the cav archers in the trade. They will die after killing a few trade cards, but he's pushing in with the Rams. Viper's pushes have been so much more convincing in the trade. This is crazy. This is crazy, but it's looking good for Viper. Veliz needs a lot of help. This puts all pressure on Zupi. Zupi needs the Paladin numbers up, and he needs it here fast. And meanwhile, Dowd is actually pushing slightly on this side. Tato, he's sending Rams here with Halberdiers. So they're going to push Max as well. Max getting coinage. I think he's getting coinage because he knows he needs to send resources to Veliz. Or maybe even send resources to Zupi. We have Cav Archers. We have Paladins from Viper. Cavalier now for Doubt, so he's going to switch it up a little bit. I guess he's figuring, okay, Cavalier would be better than Light Cav, and I don't need the Genoese Crossbow when Paladins can't come over here anymore. And of course, Indians not going camels. More and more Bombard Towers. Veliz is actually buying stone. I don't know if you saw that, but he wants more castles. He's on only 3 castles, only 23 trade, only 37 villagers. He just can't go anywhere for eco. When there's so much map control for Viper on the right, there's not much they could do except send Veliz resources in hopes that they can push back. Veliz going to lose his Halberdiers to the Cav Archers. Viper has a very key ingredient here. It is the ranged unit. And also Spanish Cav Archers aren't that bad. Not that bad. And Max is taking a big loss now as well. Max is getting destroyed by Tato. Look at all the lumber. There's no lumber here anymore. Look at this. I think Tyrant has it now. I think Tyrant has it now. As long as Doubt's still pushing, and he is, the Cavaliers come in, he kills the Onagers, he'll kill the castle. Doubt has secured this side. Tato's going into the eco. Viper, well, he might not win this engagement, but I don't think it really matters because it's not a huge loss when he can replenish his forces with the Spanish trade. Every single loss that Max and Veliz take now is devastating because they don't have eco. Just look at the bill counts.
And this game is still in full force.
Wow.
Let's raid some trade. Hakapor, Dihakapor.
That's got to be it now, guys. That's got to be it. You know, Finland, they're going to believe because they played so well this game. We're 1 hour, 13 minutes in game time. Non-stop action. They're going to believe that they might be able to bring this back. But Veliz, look at his resources. Look at Max. Doesn't have a lot. And Tato taking down castles. He's hitting eco. He's also distracting Zupi, which will make Viper's next push so strong. Zupi's played out of his mind, though. Zupi's played out of his freaking mind. Zupi has 88 military. And he's been fighting on both sides. Viper, of course, he's forced to 2v1. So you gotta give Viper credit. He's been fighting 2v1. But Zupi has been on every single side. He has truly propped up this Finland's team. It is not looking likely just because of the fact that Doubt is slowly pushing in here. There's only 40 vills for Max. He has no food. He doesn't have economy. And Zupi can't do this alone. I think Tyrant knows that they've done more than enough damage to the ecos. They killed those villagers. Tato's sending eagles into the farms. They're aware. And they probably feel it's just a matter of time now. Zupi He still has resources. It's no problem for him, but he cannot afford to send resources to his ally. And the Genoese crossbow are closing in on his paladins. That's going to be trouble. Fantastic game. Fantastic game. Now, granted, I didn't cast the entire tournament. I've only casted certain sets so far. But I'd say this is the best set. This is the best game of the tournament so far for me. Crazy, crazy game. It went back and forth. You never knew who was going to win. Viper does have cav archers in the trade. Well done, well done. It's got to be just a matter of time now. And yeah, this is when the GG will be called. Zupi, he's spending time on the left and in the middle and in the trade. And Viper's running right back in here like he's done so many times this game to deserve this victory. And he's going to kill trade with the paladins. He's going to kill the, or try to kill the castle and try and kill the markets. Max still trying. I guess I shouldn't call it early, but I'm just looking at populations. The population is nuts for Tyrant. But Zupi, he's still producing non-stop. Feels like it's just a matter of time. Tatch is taking out this castle, and yeah, here's the GG. Woo, boy. Was that awesome or what? What a match. Seriously. We have 2,000 people here watching that. Age of Empires 2. Amazing stuff. That was crazy. I mean, that just shows you how strong all the teams are in this tournament. Because we know, I know a lot of people are new to this. So you know the Vipers, the Tatsus, and the Doubts. But Finland, they're not as well known because they don't play 1v1s. What a freaking game. I think, in the previous games, I could look back to Castle Age engagements. I think here, it came down to Doubt holding, and it also came down to Viper holding and adding trade earlier, because they get so much extra gold with the Spanish trade bonus, and Viper added trade while they were losing. So, he was probably telling his team, I'm adding trade, be patient, hold, we're going to have to give up map control, and then hopefully we'll have more trade than them in 10-15 minutes time, and we will have the better trade. And in this case, I think they had the better Civ matchup on the left as well. Just seemed very awkward for Max. His KD was strong and everything, but it just seems very awkward for Indians when they can't go with those camels. And Viper, he was insane, of course. Zupi, he was sacrificing units on every single side. The middle, the left, the right. Viper, he destroyed the right. He destroyed the right. And it was really because of Valise losing some units, I think, multiple times. I said earlier in the game, you don't want to allow Viper to get to that point there. He played very, very well. I do think that both Mayans struggle versus Spanish and Indians struggle versus Italians. The Tyrant knew they needed to get to that stage. But up until then, Finland was looking very good. There's the KD for you. Now look at the eco stats. This is what I'm talking about. Added early trade, right? Look at the trade difference. That's crazy. That gold, 60k for Viper. Second highest was Doubt at 45k. Food, of course, expected with Paladins. Viper had more of that as well. And this was after the guy had to Palisade Wall in Dark Age and go for a 25 population feudal, which is incredibly slow. Whew. Whew. I guess there's more games, right? I'm supposed to keep casting, right? Let's do it. KMC, thank you for the 200 bits. Looking out the window today, I did see your message. Said just came back from dinner and this game is still in full force. Thank you for 6 months of support with the sub. Blinks, thank you for the Prime sub. And Blinks, thank you